tiene, sella nel cor mi tiene, spirate, spirate, spirate pur, se nel suo cor mi tiene, se nel suo cor mi tiene, faccertate aure beate, aure vie vie beate. Spirate pur, spirate, attorno allo mio bene, aurette vacertate, sella nel cor mi tiene, sella nel cor mi tiene, spirate, spirate, spirate pur,
Hello, good evening, and this is my presentation for the class Advanced Harmonic Analysis, and the title of my presentation is The Performance Essence of Musical-Poetic Symbiosis, an analysis of Spirate pur Spirate by Stefano Donaudy. So, to start with, I want to talk about what I mean by performance essence. Now, performance can be for different reasons. It could be for entertainment and relaxation reasons. That's for personal enjoyment. It can be for political reasons as an agent of social change. It could be for educational reasons, for academic exercises like we do in the School of Music, and it could be for business and career reasons for those of us who eventually will take music as a career. So to understand the performance essence of music, we also have to understand the types of music for performance. So for the purpose of this presentation, I'm going to break it down into three forms. The first form is instrumental music, with various classes of instruments, the percussion, strings, wind, and brass. And then the second type of music I want to mention is vocal music. So for vocal music, it could be solo, duet, trio, quartet, choir, SATB, and the different forms of harmonic music or homophonic music ensemble. And then the third type is the vocal instrumental music. So this is a type that utilizes both vocal and instrumental music. It's pretty much what most performances are all about, except for strictly instrumental music like piano recitals, concertos, and symphonies. That being said, the piece that I'm studying is of vocal instrumental music, and for that purpose, I want to talk briefly about the tenets of vocal instrumental music. So we have the performance requirements, which is text. It's either sacred or secular. You can for secular text, you can choose to have a librettist who will develop text for you, or you can choose from poems or existing secular text. sacred text you could choose from the Bible or from any church document. For the type of music, it could either be homophonic or polyphonic. I've mentioned that before, and for vocal instrumental music, you need to have an instrumental accompanist. And then these are the performers, an instrumental accompanist, the soloist, or the choir, or the instrumentalist. Now, the simple explanation of the symbiotic process between text and music is that it's either the text relies on the music or the music relies on the text. So, in one of the situations, we create text to existing music, and in another situation, we create music to an existing text. That being said, we talk about the music in particular. I want to tell you a little bit about the music that I'll be performing. I'd mentioned before the title of Spirate by Stefano Donaudy, and he's a minor Italian composer, so he's not one of the well-known Italian composers like Palestrina, Puccini, and the big shots of Italian composition. He's not really one of them. He's less known because that's just the way history puts it. He was born to a French father. I don't know if that's a reason why he's not well known. He was born to a French father and an Italian mother, and he was born in Palermo and he died in Naples, and known for his works, his little operas, and but mostly known for his vocal works, his arias, solo for high and low voices. But fun fact, most, if not all, of his text was written by his brother Alberto Donaudy. And this particular song that we're talking about was also written by Alberto Donaudy, but Stefano set it to music. And as you can see, the text translation of the music is more of a beautiful, pastoral, beautiful pastoral music that expresses a little bit of peasantry in terms of love and romance, and this is more like a lover who's not sure if his or her love interest, well, in this case a guy, if his love interest still has him in his heart. So this is basically, he cannot reach her, and then he asks the wind. This reminds me of a poem I learned in high school, Ode to the West Winds. So he sends his love through the winds and asks that the wind find if she still has him in his heart. These are romantic themes of the times within which this piece was written, and this is when you give some sort of life to inanimate objects. The wind is inanimate, but then you see the poet asking the wind to go find out if his beloved still has him in his heart. Sort of like a messenger. So you're sending the wind as a messenger. These are themes that are symbolic in nature, that accentuate the romanticism of the time. Then we move on to what I like to call my analytic process. So my analytic process takes the form of topic theory. I talk about the themes, and I try to look at how the text, well, not necessarily the text, but the motif behind it. So you can see that the music is in triple meter. Most love music it's either in waltz form, in 6/8, 3/4, 12/8, depending, but it's always that slow dance-like rhythm, and then that gives the expression of a pastoral theme. And then this music was originally written in A flat, but for the key on which I'm singing in F major. F is the standard known key in the musical world for pastoral themes and peasantry, love. And then we have the narrative analysis aspect, where I try to find the relationship between text and music, which is actually the crux of what I'm doing. So the crux of what I'm doing is How is text painting brought to life? How is the expressive imagery of the music presented by the performer? So narrative analysis is where I deal or delve into the expressive content of the music in terms of text and music. And then the hermeneutic analysis is the application of all these analysis to performance practice. So this brings me to the symbiosis I'm talking about. So the symbiosis, you can see that narrative analysis delves into text, topic theory delves with the music, while hermeneutic analysis delves with the performance. So you can see me bringing the three pillars of standard performance practice in terms of vocal instrumental music. You have the text, you have the music, and you have the performer. And that leads me to the next point, which I like to call the performance pyramid, or the performance pyramid, the symbiotic performance pyramid, or the triangle, whatever you want to call it. But this is what I call the process of performance symbiosis, where the text, when set to music, gains artistic purpose, and then the music with the text comes to life through the performer. But then the performer makes meaning of his art through the appropriate conveyance of the text, and the channel within which they can convey the text is through the music. So you can see that these three depend on each other to coexist and to thrive. That is why I refer to it as the musical poetic symbiosis, because in this case it's from a poem by Alberto Donaudy and the music is by Stefano Donaudy, and then you see that it is on the performer, well, me in this context, to bring it to life by a masterful understanding and analysis of this work. And that being said, a summary of everything I've been talking about is simple. Performance practice should be approached with a view to bringing the art form to life, and for this to happen, this requires a deep analytical dive into the work to be performed, because every performance, whether instrumental, vocal, or vocal instrumental, has themes and topics that need to be divulged through performance, and to efficiently decipher and express these underlying themes and topics, there should be a combination of analysis and performance. So you can't just do performance and think that without analysis you can convey your meanings. No, with deep and concrete analysis in these three forms, especially with regards to this piece of music that I'm talking about, performance is going to be a compact event. And that being said, for proper analysis further necessitates effective performance, which is what I just talked about. And finally, vocal instrumental music should be analyzed not only from the textual point of view, but also from the musical perspective, and that way it creates a wider horizon for performance practice and all the topical intricacies therein. With that, I'd like to end this presentation. Thank you.